Hi there, my name is Eddie, and I could use some help with automating some tasks I'm doing now. I want to show you real quick before I get started. This is the flow. I'm mainly concerned with this portion right here, uh, and I'll explain what this is and what I mean by this in a moment. But this portion right here, I could use help with if we can maybe make that stage two. But let's I want to talk about the flow of into maybe we'll do all at one time, which would be phenomenal for good. So first thing we start with is optional human input. Now, human input is required initially, no matter what in this, but at any time human input can be put back and added to the system. And human input can either go directly here, which is just simply a chat GPT instance, as you can see here. Um, I gave it some instructions. I said, create a prompt to get back on the case. That is me coming here. So starting here and coming here directly. Now I can also come here, start here, and go to and put something on placeholder 4, which happens to be on this document, which is a template. Okay, so placeholder 4, I could put my input, and this is from administrator Eddie Boskin. Okay, so I will just take this out, and I would just say this is the message. Obviously, this is not going to be automated because this is always going to be human editing this portion. But if we move on, this is the part that we need to be automated. So once it goes here, basically we're going to have ChatGPT engineer a prompt for us. In this case, ChatGPT engineered this prompt right here, basically. I've had to give it some additional instructions, but that's okay. But this is the prompt they gave me. It gave it to me in a large single paragraph as per formula requirements in ChatGPT. So notice this is also here. As systems engineer GPT, I need to provide a prompt to send to the team on behalf of a large single paragraph as per formula requirements for ChatGPT. Yeah. So we're going to then come out of here, and we're going to go place a copy of this here in placeholder 1. So I'm going to take this message from ChatGPT. Here in placeholder 1, which I've already done. Okay. So I should let it get like this. Placeholder 1, we'll get this. Okay. So then from here, now we're going to go back here, and then we're going to bring it up here, and we're going to update the message in accordance with this section here. We're going to update the message in accordance with the agent in contact. In this case, we have 2 agents, agent 1 and agent 2. So we're going to send the updated message. And here's how I do that. I come here, copy this message after I've copied it because I already copied it. And then I come here and I go type in as Eden AGI. We got AGI as Eden AGI. Analyze this message from systems. To address to open parentheses, paste, close parentheses, and enter. And then I do the same thing, and that's, we'll come back to the diagram. See what I just did here. So agent 1 input, insert prompt, and enter. So insert the editor prompt, enter. Okay. Agent 2, I'm going to do the same thing. This one, I'm going to say act as, in this case, it's software systems, GI. That's it. Address to viewing the whole thing. Here, open parentheses, paste, close parentheses, boom. Okay, now I'll wait for the console output. Get the console output, which we start with the thoughts and end with input. Same here. Agent 2 gets your input, choose the prompt, press enter, document console output, start with thoughts, and after input. Okay. So what I want to do here is I start with thoughts, and I'm going to input, copy, and then I place this in placeholder 2. This is Eden AGI. This is Eden AGI. Okay. Then I do the same. So I just did so I just copied this. And I just put it in placeholder 2. Now I'm going to take the same thing, Agent 2, and put it in placeholder 3. So the thoughts, copy, and then put this in placeholder 3. Okay. Now this gives me a chance as human administrator. If I want to add something else in here, I can. I don't have to. It's optional. I can just leave that blank. All right. So then I have this automatic section here that says Chat GPT. So I could add some notes here. For instance, I could come in and talk about, I could say like, I could review this information and be like, well, I think we should, take a look at what we do here. In the file, again, write our response. Okay. No, I think we're good. So I'm not going to put anything there. However, one thing I would like to be able to do initially is to insert a custom prompt here from ChatGPT in the future, but as an option. But now we're just leave it blank. And if nothing is put, then we have to just delete this line. Okay, so now it's blank. So if there's no additional input, we have to delete that line. Okay, so now we have information in placeholder 1, they're going to take placeholder 2, and placeholder 3 and 4. Now we take this whole document, we copy this whole document like this, control cut. Then I come over here, and we start the cycle all over again. Put this information in here, and enter. We allow ChatGPT to come up with a prompt. Go back to our diagram. ChatGPT engineers a prompt, and then we repeat the process. We copy the prompt over to placeholder 1. We need to open up the document again. Don't save. Compiler template. So we copy this information here, here, and then here we update the message in accordance with what sent to. Use this template to send the updated message. to the appropriate agent. Agent one and agent two. And we update the message like this. Cheat sheet that I use. So then I go, I paste that there. Then what we do is we come here, copy here. Oh, sorry. Then what we do is we come here and we go, sorry, I'm going to simply on back of that. Then we type in I need to act as an AGI. This is an AGI. Analyze this message. Systems. Text. And the whole team. Colon, open parentheses, paste, those parentheses into it. And then I come here, showing the diagram. Well, with agent one. Now we're doing the same thing with agent two. We're going to update the message to agent two, and insert prompt, enter, and then we're going to be copying in a moment. So, I mean, here we could copy now, but I just wait. So we're going to do the same thing here. So we're going to say, we'll do this one. This is where I get lost. Thinking me after hard work. Finishing the project. I don't know if I already copied this one. I don't think I did. Did I? And then see, this is where I get messed up here. I mean, I think Azure in my second. Did I copy this one? Okay, no, I haven't. Figures, yeah. This is what happens. This is why I need help. Because I can't remember if I copied and pasted this one already. But we're gonna go ahead and just do it. Pretty sure I didn't do it. Anyways, so here we're gonna say I act as software. I analyze this message from system just to you and the whole team. This is the whole indoctrination. I messed that up. See, this is why I need help with it. I need to act as open back software AGI and analyze this message from the system. Rest. Yeah. So both of those are going to give us a response. We're going to wait for the response for a few minutes for it to respond. Sometimes it can take up to like 5 minutes for a response. And then what I'm going to do is go back to the drawing. We're going to take this information, we're going to copy console output. We'll start with thoughts and we end at input. So here we go. Thoughts. That this is over two. The diagram shows. Here, and we place it over two. I'm sorry. here. Agent one, placeholder two, agent two, placeholder two. Okay. And then I come here. Copy this out. Just like that. From administrator Eddie Vasquez. Then if a human wants to add here, whatever. So now I've got this, and we start the process all over this document, and we feed it back in Auto GPT or GPT-4. So I take this entire document, Control Alt Cut, X, and then I come here in the try. Okay. Put it on. We let it engineer the message. Engineer. Send this off for engineering. Now this one is not a single paragraph. But I can make sure you have press the line. One second. I can make sure that this is a single paragraph. So this part may have to be manual first until we can really figure out how to automate this process. We may be able to connect to the API and do this process here. You have to make sure that spaces. Not supposed to have spaces, but sometimes it does. Control Alt X. And then what we do is snip it off. Upload message and forward to agent contacted. Add this message to it from the agent we're sending it to. So in this case, we're going to send it first and foremost to agent one. So we're going to say I as an AGI. Message, close parentheses, and send. Okay. Then here I'm going to say I need to buy as software systems AGI provides this message on systems. So got our diagram. So now that we have insert prompt and press enter, and wait for the console to reply back, and then copy console output, starting with dots and ending after input. So I'm looking here. What's up? And let's go open the template. So here we go. So now I've got this. I kind of skipped a step. This is part of the problem. I just keep messing up. No matter how hard I try, it's just like I just mess up every so often. Really mess up. Have an effect. Copy this sent to a group. Let's go to placeholder one. As you can see, here places information here. That's what I got. And then we send, then our next thing is we send the message up to engineering, finish engineering. We update the message and for today's contacted. In this case, it's going to be engineer one. So let me say, we already did this, so I'm going to skip that step. See, I almost got messed up there again. So now we're doing this, and now we need to copy and paste the outputs. So we're going to go here. What does you say? But I'm going to say from Eden, put this in here. Okay, we're going to do something here from software systems. And then I'm going to add in a human message here. I'm going to say, hello team. I'm excited to see the progress. I will be stepping away from the town for a period. I trust that all of you will perform your duties to the best I'd like to remind you of a few goals for this project. I'm going to say here, it's like, it is more important to pursue quality of work over speed. Careless mistakes will affect system efficiency. Reduce chances of achieving through liability. I would like to remind you of a few immediate project goals for this project. And there are several. One, we need to immediately develop an internal communication system in accordance to the communication protocol outlined in the project. This communication system is crucial to allow agents to distribute tasks about communicate with other agents directly with their own node and thus be able to pass on information to other agents through the chain of command to the rest of the cluster. Two, we need to raise a substantial amount of money to help Betty help the team achieve success. Need to get the best of the agents online and activated as soon as possible. But we cannot do this until we have a verified communication system in place between agents and human administrator. Right, to verify, verified efficiency in place. Safe, effective, and reliable in place. No agents and administrator SDM. Once we have developed a solid system, we must prepare the system for deployment on a more secure VPS. And begin aggressively working towards the goals and objectives I lay out for the team. Okay, so this is an example. So now I've got all this feedback and input. It's got agent feedback from agent one, agent two, and now it's got human input as well. So we're going to take this whole document and start all over the process. Now we're going to move it over here to Systems Engineer GPT. So I'm going to take all of this, copy, pass it to GPT, and work on a set for engineering. So we're going to engineer this post. So there we go, dear team, project Eden, perfect. So we have our engineered prompt. Okay, and then we're going to put it here, and we're going to be using our messages. Remember what we're going to do. We're going to first going to put it here in placeholder 1, so which means we need to clear this out. Open, don't save, and conversation and pilot, and place this in here, boom, just like that. Up next, what do we have? Next, we're going to update the message in order to be contacted. If you see anything addendums, we're going to send the updated message to agent 1 and then agent 2. Okay, so there we go. So agent 1, I need you to act as even agent I. Remember, I have to do this up. Got me to help you. And analyze this message. Systems. And the colon, open parentheses, paste, close parentheses, enter. Okay, going back to here so we can see what we just did. Insert prompt, enter, copy and paste, output, start with thoughts, after input. Okay. Boom. Now we're going to do the same thing here. Do this one. So this one's going to say, I need you to act as I systems. To address you and we'll go here, paste here, and let me go enter. Okay. And then we wait. So we're gonna go back here to check. So same thing happened. Good night. Now we're going to copy and paste outputs. Okay. And so we're going to take this, we're going to take this message to start here, and we're going to put it in placeholder 2, like this. Dots, and then you use nothing. Copy, placeholder 2. Then I'm going to come here. So, okay. All right, so now we have all of our stuff. With no new updates here. So we're going to pretend we're not going to say anything else. But there's no message from the human administrator, so we're going to clear that out. And then we're going to Control All. We're going to copy. And then we're going to start all over and iterative process. So we'll put it down here for engineering purposes. And this process just repeats over and over again. Okay, so this is what we need to help with designing something that can automate this process for us. The goal here is we want to have this process just continuously go over and cycle over and over again without necessarily needing input. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully you can help me with that. And yeah, reach out to me if you have any questions. And I'm looking forward to hopefully working with you guys very soon. Talk back to you later. Bye.